Hello and welcome to the We Hate Friends podcast. I'm Jonathan.
We love Friends. I'm Zelda.
Welcome to Give Us Legends. After the last episode, she kept raving about how she loves Friends.
It is one of the greatest sitcoms. I don't know why you disagree. I don't know.
Because I've seen better
I feel like
sitcoms.
we need a poll. Like, we just need to have a poll of, like...
Top 10 sitcoms of all time.
Yeah.
Friends isn't even a contender.
What do you mean? Says who?
Anyone who's seen sitcoms.
What if I ask AI? You want me to ask AI?
But yeah, ask our AI overlords.
I can go on Facebook. Right.
Oh yeah, Facebook has an AI
There's a meta
thing now.
AI. So I'll say, what are the top 10?
Yeah.
The top 10 sitcoms.
Sitcoms of all time.
Sitcoms of all time, according to Facebook Meta AI.
Let's hear it. All right, what's coming up?
Time. Do I not have signal? Oh, okay. Seinfeld.
Seinfeld definitely deserves in the running. I Love Lucy. I would agree
Lucy
too.
Is actually really, really funny. I love Lucy.
I Love Lucy. I'm not even a huge fan of the show. It would be on my list.
I love Lucy. I did watch a lot of that. I love Lucy.
The Simpsons deserves to be on the list.
Yeah, I did watch MASH.
Cheers. MASH has the
I
highest.
turn the TV off every time I see MASH. That's when you know you have to go to sleep.
Look, I'm not a huge fan of MASH either, but I will say it's a sitcom about the Korean War that lasted longer than the Korean War, and the last episode of it had higher ratings than even the Super Bowl.
I never gave it a chance.
Yeah,
so.
the movie's brilliant.
Okay.
And I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the show, but I was also a kid at the time. I haven't revisited it as an adult.
We were a kid, and whenever it came on really late
It
or
did.
really early, and that was when I was going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, I think it deserves to be on the list. All in the Family does as well.
I've never seen that one.
Frasier does as well.
Okay.
Mary Tyler Moore does as well. And we're going to just ignore this last one.
Friends! It made it! I can't believe it was the last one, though.
Well, hold on. What is it missing that should be on this list? Where's Three's Company?
Yeah, where's Three's Company? Three's Company should have been on there.
Three's Company didn't make this list? Where's the Jeffersons?
Yeah, I don't know. That's according to Google.com.
I will say, their list is pretty good, though.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree with I Love Lucy. I've never seen Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's brilliant.
Okay.
But I mean, I can't argue with the list except for Friends.
Friends is amazing. Why do you hate
Why does
Friends?
Three's Company not belong on the list?
Three's Company does belong on the list.
The Dick Van Dyke Show doesn't belong on the list? We're just shitting on Dick Van Dyke?
I don't think I watched Dick Van Dyke.
It's brilliant.
Okay. But Three's Company was really
Taxi? Where's Taxi? Why didn't Taxi make the
funny.
list?
What is Taxi about? Is it just a
Taxi drivers.
Just taxi drivers?
Yeah.
He's just giving people rides and they're just...
Well, it's a whole bunch of people, yeah.
People.
Danny DeVito runs the taxi company.
I might like that, actually.
Yeah!
Okay.
Danny DeVito!
This is like a good storyline, just riding around taxi, like, hearing other people's stories.
Yeah, and if you want Danny DeVito, what about Always Sunny in Philadelphia? That show's brilliant.
Okay.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, if you want a newer show,
That was
also
on the
brilliant.
list. Curb Your Enthusiasm was on the list.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was number...
Oh, you're right. Curb Your Enthusiasm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Three's Company should have been on there.
Mm-hmm.
Taxi should have been on there. What else did I just
Friends
say?
should have been higher.
Friends should not have been on the list. Friends should be removed.
Friends should have been higher.
I mean, I haven't really been... Gilligan's Island? Gilligan's Island is the longest running sitcom.
I agree.
It stays on the air. It doesn't belong on that list?
Gilligan's Island does belong on the list. I liked Gilligan's
The
Island.
Jeffersons?
Jefferson's too.
Sanford and Son? Good Times?
Oh, Sanford and Son was so funny. I love Sanford.
Why is Friends on the list over that? Or here, how about this? The show that Friends stole the format from, Living Single?
I've never seen Living Single. But why are you so anti-Friends?
The humor is so pedestrian.
What do you mean?
It's just... My mom loves it too, and I'm just like, I
It's
don't...
so funny. What is funnier than the holiday armadillo? And...
the slap bet from How I Met Your Mother? I get to slap you 5 times.
And Joey with their "How you doing?" And then there's a monkey.
Thank God Joey didn't make the list. That was such a bad show.
Wait, Joey's a show?
She claims to be this huge Friends fan, and she didn't even watch the spin-off series, Joey.
I didn't know there was a spin. I gotta watch.
Yeah, he moves to
now.
I think he moves to Miami or LA. But yeah, Joey, it had 2 seasons. It was
I didn't
bad.
know that. Well, maybe that's why I didn't hear about it.
It was bad.
Because he can't make a show all by himself. It doesn't. Work.
Ironically enough, I think Chandler and Monica would have been fine with the show.
Yeah. I think so. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like all together, their personalities just made the show. I don't think they could have survived by
Big Bang
themselves.
Theory was a better version of Friends than Friends.
I love Big Bang Theory. I don't know why that didn't make the list. I love Big Bang Theory. That was great.
The
That
Brady
actually
Bunch?
Ooh, the Brady Bunch. Yeah. I don't really know who made this.
I know Roseanne Barr did a lot of racist things, but
Yeah.
Roseanne as a show?
Yeah, that show
Brilliant.
was pretty funny. Yeah.
Why are we hating on Reba? Reba was a damn good show.
Oh yeah, Reba.
Third Rock from the Sun, Martin,
Oh, Martin.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, there's so many good shows. Girlfriends?
I think this was an older list because it was like a lot of older shows.
Well, because it's of all time.
Yeah. Oh yes, this is of all time. True.
Which is fine. I'm just like Friends. Coupling? I know it's British, but coupling?
Oh. I don't know.
I can't get on board with it. I'm sorry. I can't ride with Friends. It's being on the list of greatest sitcoms of all time.
I'm sorry that you're a Friends hater.
I mean, Friends is alright. You put it on in the background and you don't shoot yourself in the head, but it's not brilliant.
Friends is what you want to watch when the world is ending.
Oh my God, can you imagine that's the last thing you see?
That is what the little girl watched at the ending of that one show when the world was ending. I forgot what show that was called.
So if you were trapped on a tropical island, or not tropical, you were trapped on a deserted island, and you somehow had a portable DVD player with an infinite battery,
Yeah.
would never die. It's the only thing you have, and one TV show that you could watch for the rest of your life. It's Friends.
Either Friends or Big Bang Theory. Those are the
I'm
top.
shocked it wasn't Breaking Bad. I didn't say sitcom. I said TV show.
Okay, Breaking Bad. If we're going just TV show, Breaking Bad is number one. Breaking Bad.
Okay, but if it was a sitcom, it would be Friends or Big Bang Theory.
If it was a sitcom, Friends or Big Bang. But TV show in general, Breaking Bad is my number one. I'm obsessed with Breaking
Do you
Bad.
like darker drama shows?
I think so. I do.
Then
That's why I like the new Your Honor that came out.
Dexter is
It's very
definitely a
dark.
good show. You should watch The Shield.
The Shield. Okay.
Sopranos.
Okay.
The Wire. I know I was talking about it in science fiction for AI, but Battlestar Galactica fits in that pretty well. Sons of Anarchy's pretty great.
Okay.
I haven't finished The Mayans, so I don't know if that's as good as it gets on, but Sopranos and The Shield you should definitely watch.
Okay.
If you like darker shows.
Yeah.
The Shield is brilliant.
Okay. Give that a try.
Friends. Hasn't been your month, your day, or even your year. So we went to Comic-Con last week.
Yeah.
So I got there a half hour before it opened. Spent 40 minutes looking for parking.
Dang. So it was packed even that early.
Packed even that early.
Wow.
Then I met William Shatner, so that was cool.
Hey.
Walked around for hours, and then you showed up.
Yeah.
Nino was stuck doing homework, so he couldn't go.
So you were walking around, did you buy stuff?
I bought a bunch.
Yeah.
I went there with intention of $150 to spend, and then I had $69, $70 leeway in case I go over. I ended up spending about $400 or $500.
Dang.
So I did good.
Yeah.
Well within my goal. That's why for San Diego I'm bringing $2,000.
Oh yeah, because that one's way bigger, and you're gonna
Be there for 2 days.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
It was.
You got those Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
What did Nino say when you showed him those?
He liked them.
'Cause isn't that his favorite movie, too?
because we love Jurassic Park.
You were wearing the shirt too, so it was just perfect.
It was perfect. I was like, oh my god, I could take a picture with the Jeep and the sign and the little goggles. I was like, that's cool.
It was so cool. I got in a Viper from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
And yours was free.
Mine was free. Yours cost like $10.
I had to pay $10 and yours was free. Okay.
And then they had a bunch of stuff. They had speeders from Star Wars. They had the Echo One from Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
They had so many things you could sit in. Like it was so cool.
It was.
Fan Expo was pretty fun, and then I met Keith David at the end. Everyone seemed more like when I was on set. Everyone was more impressed with Keith David than William Shatner, which was like I love Keith David, but
they were more impressed with him.
And I'm just like, does no one love Star Trek? Am I the only Star Trek fan here?
So they weren't really into William Shatner?
They were all like, oh, that's cool. And they're like, so what was Keith David like? They were all immediately like, tell me everything. And I was like, I love Keith David too, but William Shatner?
Oh my god.
But it was so much fun. The only thing I was disappointed about was I had tickets to see Tim Curry, and then he had a health scare and had a.
Oh yeah, that was right. So he didn't show. Did he didn't show up
no,
at all weekend? Not the weekend.
Not this weekend at all. Yeah. So they gave me a refund for his ticket, but I was so excited to meet Tim Curry.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I'm a huge Tim Curry fan. What's your favorite Tim Curry movie? Home Alone 2.
Name some of the Tim Curry movies.
Well, my personal favorite is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No.
Tell Nino to put that on the list.
Okay.
Do you guys like musicals or no?
A little bit, not much.
This is a musical.
Okay.
My second favorite is easily Clue.
Okay.
You've seen Clue?
Yeah, that one's good.
Love that movie. Third, for nostalgia reasons, would have to be Muppets Treasure Island.
I remember watching Muppets. I just don't remember.
This is just Treasure Island, but with Muppets.
Okay.
But that's just, he plays the villain in that. Another great one is Three Musketeers.
That one's good.
He's the villain in that. Obviously, Home Alone 2. He runs the hotel.
Home Alone was my favorite.
Yeah, he's the guy who's running the hotel. He's been in a lot. He was in an episode of Psych.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank. Those are the movies that I always watch. The Tim Curry, the Congo, I believe he was in.
I don't think I saw that.
I don't know. I love Tim Curry, but Clue and Home Alone are probably the ones you've seen the most. You should watch Rocky Horror though.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people say a lot of good things about Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
That's a musical?
The musical. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll like it. Because I do like High School Musical.
This is a science fiction.
We're all in this together.
No. Let me see your phone. I'll play.
All in this together.
That's High School Musical is your go-to musical.
All in this together. Yeah. Is it not your go-to?
No. After Rocky Horror, it'd probably be Feed Me Seymour.
Oh.
You know what that's from?
No, I don't.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh.
Let me see.
And wasn't the second Mean Girls a musical?
Yeah, I haven't seen it though.
I haven't either.
Here's the most famous song.
Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control. Doing the time warp. Drinking those moments when the black pit would hit me. I'm gonna fight to be calling.
That's pretty catchy.
If I play any more, they'll flag me on YouTube. Yeah.
Copyright.
But that's the time warp. That's the most famous song.
That's pretty catchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta watch Rocky Horror Picture Show.
How many are there?
There's a sequel called Shock Treatment, but you don't have to watch it. None of the same actors are in it. It's all new people.
Okay.
Brad and Janet are played by different people. It's not as good.
Okay.
But that's a classic. People will go to midnight showings of Rocky Horror dressed like transvestites and throw things at the screen. Because
Dang.
Tim Curry plays a sweet transsexual
Okay.
Pennsylvanian. You've probably seen pictures of him in the stockings and the corset. It's such a brilliant movie.
Okay, I'll put that on my list too.
Gotta watch Rocky Horror. But yeah, Comic Con was fun. There's a
It
bunch of
was.
stuff. We met an author. He might be on the podcast.
Yeah. Mhm.
I just have so much work. I have to read both of his novels, but
Yeah. Are you almost done with this first? Or-
no, I haven't really had time to go back to it because I'm working like
Yeah, you've been
24/7.
pretty busy. Yeah.
The last Thursday and Friday, I made like 100 calls a day,
Dang.
and then I was on set yesterday, so I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't have free time. I have a stack of comic books I have to read from last week too, so I'm just like, God damn it, I don't have time.
Dang.
There's too much going on, and then my apartment complex keeps getting shot at.
Oh my gosh.
Was it last week? So my pool's finally open. I've lived here like 7 years, and my pools have always been closed. And they finally opened them, and since then it's been a pretty much 24-hour party 10 feet outside of my front door. Because literally, I mean, the
So
pool's
you
right
hear
there
the party?
all the time. Luckily, I sleep with podcasts playing at night because I have too many thoughts in my head that I can't
Okay.
sleep in silence.
Yeah.
Do you have that problem?
I mean, I can't sleep in silence, so we have like a little white noise fan.
Oh, okay.
But
A fan isn't enough for me.
I
need.
don't like silence either, so I have to have like a little white noise fan.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to just play the TV, but now the light is too bright.
Yeah, when I lived alone, I had the TV on because I was always scared that someone would come in the house and kill me. So I would just put the TV on so I know that I'm not alone.
Well, I used to have it on just because I'll watch TV shows, fall asleep, but I can't do it now because it's too bright. I can't get
Yeah, it's
comfortable.
so bright. Yeah.
So I'll just have the podcast
Downfall.
playing. Because if there's not someone talking,
Yeah.
I'll start thinking.
Oh, you'll start thinking.
And then I'm not going to bed. I'll be up every like
Oh.
10 minutes, like, all right, let me jot this down. I need to do this. Let me go do
Okay.
that. My brain works overtime, and I'm just like, I have to have something to distract me enough
Interesting.
that I can turn the brain off.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. You don't have that problem?
No, I mean, I can't sleep in silence, but I don't have to have someone talking. But I mean, sometimes
In silence, though, is it the same thing I have, where it's just your brain just starts...
Yeah, like if it's too silent, I'll just start thinking
Yeah.
and your thoughts get loud. And,
Yes!
Yeah.
I hate that. It's the worst.
Yeah.
And then it's just all the things that are like... It's either all the mistakes you've ever made,
Yeah.
or all the things you have to do.
Yeah.
And then I'm too stressed out to
It's
sleep.
like there's so many things. It's like, why can't life be easier? Why are there so
To be
many
fair,
things
life
to
should be
do?
easy. You should spend your days hunting or growing food and then
Yeah,
sleeping.
Exactly.
All this nonsense that we've added to it.
I know.
But luckily, so that drowns out the pool parties.
Yeah.
But it's non-stop people over there, and like you'll see people in the broad daylight smoking out of a bong. You'll see people with liquor bottles. It's crazy. It's like it's literally a party. They'll bring a trampoline over and jump on it until the trampoline breaks into the pool,
Wow.
and I'm like, the pool only goes 5 feet.
Wow.
It's not deep enough for you to be like doing flips into the pool. I'm just like, oh my god, don't let anyone get hurt.
Oh man.
Because it's not that deep a pool.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I haven't really saw who was doing it. They look like teenagers, so maybe they're not tall enough. But I was like, I know if I did that, I'm gonna hit my head on the bottom of the
Maybe
pool.
they're smaller kids, but still, it's kind of dangerous.
But it was like 11:30 at night one day, and all of a sudden, you just hear gunshots going off, and everyone in the pool screaming and panicking. Luckily, nobody was hurt. And then for like the next couple hours, cops were like swarming everywhere trying to find who was shooting at the pool. And but before the cops got there, it took the cops like 40 minutes to get there.
Dang.
But people were like all hanging out on my porch, I guess, because they were like trying to gather everyone. Was like, where did so and so run? Where did so and so run?
Oh wow.
And I peeked out my window, and there's people holding like half-drinking liquor bottles, and I was just like, oh dear lord.
Oh,
And then some girl was like, I don't think I should have invited him. And her friend was like, you think? And I'm like, okay, so does this cat who shot at the pool not even live here? Like, someone invite them?
I wonder. I wonder if
what
it
the
was
fuck?
someone who doesn't live here.
Oh man, but that was scary because I'm just like,
Yeah.
people have always shot out guns here. I mean, it happened again last night or a couple days ago, and it's like it's not a big deal. Mostly, I guess they just shoot in the air, and you'll find the bullet shells littered around the parking lot.
That's so stupid.
It's stupid, but I'm like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But this was feet from my apartment, and
Uh-huh.
these walls are not thick. The bullet will go right through an apartment.
Yeah, I bet.
Like,
Oh.
on the other side of my apartments, the lady
Uh-huh.
was murdered by like a gang, like late at night,
Mm-hmm.
and the neighbors on the other side moved out because while they were sleeping, bullet holes flew through their apartment,
Sheesh.
and they had young kids. So they're like, we're not staying here.
Dang.
So it's just like these walls are paper thin. A bullet will go right through the wall.
Scary.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, don't shoot guns right outside my front door.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
So
And
they
they
don't
were-
have cameras.
No,
around
there's
here?
no cameras. There's no protection.
Oh my
There's
God.
nothing.
Ugh.
And then, and it's just like, who shoots up a pool with kids and teenagers?
People are crazy. They have just crazy people now.
Just hate society.
Yeah.
I really hate society.
Society's going downhill.
It makes it so hard to
Yeah.
enjoy the world because
Yeah.
everyone's stupid.
Yeah, you can't even go anywhere nowadays without having to look behind your back.
I mean, grocery stores, concerts, schools, swimming pools.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how the hell did America become a place where you can't step outside without worrying about being shot?
Exactly. Too sad.
And it's just like this country has always been gun happy.
Yeah.
What changed to where people are now firing the guns constantly?
I know.
Because, I mean, you hear stories about people like, oh, I grew up with guns in my house. I grew up, and they weren't bringing them out in public and just executing people.
Yeah.
So what the fuck changed?
I don't know. Or maybe it was because they were very loud and someone was getting annoyed, so that's why they shot the gun to make them
That's
shut
not
up.
an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but that's the only thing I can think of is like maybe they're just trying to be assholes and get rid of the.
But also, you got to think, where are they shooting? Because if you
Yeah.
shoot in the air, the bullet's going to come down. And if
Yeah.
you're shooting at the ground is all gravel and cement. The bullet's going to ricochet.
Yeah.
So even if you're not aiming at someone, you could still hit someone.
Exactly. Man,
I just,
people are stupid.
it's just fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just like no care for other people.
Yeah, that's true.
I lose faith in humanity over and over again. I try not to, but it's hard not to lose faith in
Yeah.
humanity. And it's not just bullets. Let me, yeah. It's hard not to lose faith in humanity. I was watching this video, it was on TikTok, where these ladies were talking about they don't use scrubbies or washcloths or anything like that because it's too disgusting. So they just rinse off in the shower. And I'm just like, that is disgusting.
What?
And it's like, so they don't actually use anything to clean themselves.
They don't use soap?
They use soap, but they're just like with their hands, like, ah. Like, you're not
Oh,
scrubbing.
Yeah, you're not scrubbing. That's weird.
And then I've heard other women who are like, oh, I don't take a shower. That's just something that society...
They don't take a shower at
Yeah,
all.
there was another one where it was like, I don't take a shower. That's just society trying to convince us that we're dirty. People didn't used to shower all the time in the olden days.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, because they didn't have access to water.
Water. Oh
Like,
my
it wasn't
goodness.
because they were like, I don't want to. It's because they couldn't afford it.
Oh my goodness.
We live... I know on the last episode we were talking about, like, America has a lot of poverty.
Yeah.
Which is true. Entirely true. There's a horrible thing where...
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the cost of meats lately? It's insane.
Yeah. Everything, it's just crazy.
So everything I was saying about poverty is true, but at the same time, we do
Yeah.
live in a country where we are afforded certain luxuries,
Yeah.
like AC and water.
Yeah.
Even though water's not always hot, but water. But the stuff people say is just astonishing to me. Like, I don't have to bathe because people didn't bathe in the Dark Ages.
That's insane.
And it's just like, why do you... They smell.
Unless they're trying to save water.
But that's never their argument. Their argument's never like, I'm trying to be a conservationist.
Okay.
Their argument is
There are
always...
some people who are like that. They're just like, I just want to save water, so they're just showering like once or twice a week. I don't know.
I mean, I guess if you're showering once or twice a week, but other people are like, oh, I don't shower until I have to. And I'm just like, what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Until you have to. You should be clean.
Yeah.
I take like 2 showers a day.
Especially in the heat.
Well, in this heat, I was about to say, I take like 3 or 4. Every time I go outside, I come in, and even if I'm not taking a full shower, I'm rinsing off.
Every time you go outside, you come back, it's all like just sweaty.
I'm going through way more showers and way more clothes in this heat.
Yeah.
Because you can't be outside for more than 5 seconds without like losing 10 pounds through sweat.
Yeah, you're just sweating.
But isn't that disgusting?
Yeah, I don't understand. I guess it's the way they grew up too. Maybe.
And the notion that like showering every day is like some kind of conspiracy, like people trying to force you to shower. It's like, yeah, they are, because they don't want you to smell.
But I guess sometimes people who say if you shower too much, you are wiping off all of your good.
Yeah, I mean, they say that about brushing your teeth too. You shouldn't brush your teeth right after you eat because it's bad for the enamel on your teeth.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about like showering. I'm not talking about living in a shower.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't you want to shower before you get into your bed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
just...
Yeah, like you shouldn't want to like be living with like dirt.
Why do you want to live in filth? And I have issue with like, your go-to reason is the Dark Ages. Why is there anything from the Dark Ages that you're... It's called the Dark Ages.
Yeah, because we're not in the Dark Ages anymore.
You know what the period right after the Dark Ages is called? The Renaissance, because it was the Age of Enlightenment. You're calling from the wrong point in time.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the time when everyone was illiterate and nobody knew anything.
Yeah. Unless these people are living, again, in a third world country, which most of them are probably not.
There's a difference, though, between I don't have access to things and I choose not to partake.
Right.
If you can't afford a bath every day, I'm not judging you for it.
Uh-huh.
But if you're like, I have running water and I choose not to,
then yeah,
I'm gonna judge you.
That's weird.
You're gonna be judged.
Yeah, well, that's kind of weird.
I'm not criticizing people who don't have access to
Yeah.
it, like homeless people or people who live in
Yeah.
countries where maybe it's not as available.
Uh-huh.
But if you have access to it, use it.
So is a lot of people that say they don't like to shower?
It's all white people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, a lot of white people say they don't use washcloths.
Yeah.
I've noticed, like, some videos like that. And I'm like, that's very interesting.
It's my
like-
people.
I'm like, that is interesting. Why is that? They didn't say why. They just say because of the Dark Ages.
That's what the video I watched was talking about it.
That's
It's
interesting.
it's insane. I'm just like, that's disgusting.
And a lot of people like hippies. They don't like to shower either.
Yeah.
Like hippies.
Or use deodorant.
Yeah. Like their feet are always like really dark underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people like that. Some people like are very attracted to that. There was this show I was
The
watching.
dirty feet?
Yeah, there was a show that I was watching called Married at First Sight, where you don't meet your husband or wife until you're about to marry them. So he...
At a certain point, are we just turning marriage into a game?
I mean, if they're very... Some of these people are very desperate. They've been in the dating world for so long, and they're like, I just want to get married. So they have these matchmakers that set them up.
I really want to get married too, but if I don't feel that connection, I'd rather be single than married to the wrong person.
Yeah, that's what the guy saw his bride, and because he was, you know how like in the shows they have their solo part where they talk about what they're thinking.
Their
And what he
confessionals.
said, his confessional, he was like, I'll admit, I was not blown away when I saw my bride. And that's not something you want to hear.
I just want to point out that if you do marry this person, your bride, all of your friends and family, all of her friends and family are definitely going to watch that episode.
Yeah, they're going to watch that and hear you say, I was not blown away when I saw my bride. I'm just saying, I'm not attracted to her. And his thing was that she was too pretty, like she was too dressed up. He wanted a hippie, basically. He wanted someone with less makeup. He didn't want someone wearing a white dress.
Hold, whoa. Out of all the complaints you can have about your partner, it's going to be that they're too attractive?
Yeah. And he said, I wasn't attracted to this person because they had too much makeup on.
I'm not attracted to her. She's too pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. She's too dolled up is one thing. She's too pretty is another thing.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. That's very interesting.
Doomed. We're so doomed as a society.
Oh,
Humanity's just like circling the drain, and we're gonna just humanity's gonna end probably soon, probably within the next week.
The next week.
I'm not even gonna have time to edit this. We're just done.
We're finished.
I can't marry her. She's too pretty, and her
Yeah.
feet aren't crusty.
Yeah. And she's wearing a white dress. I can't have that.
It's a wedding.
I know, right? I was like, what do you expect? Oh my gosh. It was funny.
Why? Why do people exist?
I don't know.
I hate people.
Yeah, I'm just like, is it real or is it just for show because it's a reality TV show? It could be real.
This is why reality shows, with the exception of Jersey Shore, which is brilliant, is the worst thing that ever happened to society. It lowers the IQ, man.
It does. It's just so funny to watch.
How many of these, though, do you think are real, and how many do you think are scripted?
I don't know.
Because even Jersey Shore talks about how the way they edit things, it changes
Oh, do
what's
they
really
talk about
happening.
it?
Yeah, they've talked about it on
Because
past.
a lot of reality shows, they're like, oh, things are they're edited differently to show like
to increase the drama.
yeah, to show dramatic effects. Like they don't show everything; it's just edited in a way.
In a way to make people look bad.
Yeah, and I'm like, dang, okay.
God,
I want to see the unedited
you love
version.
these reality
I
shows.
do. They're so funny.
All of the good television out there to watch.
And
You're
all
like
the reality shows.
the Dick Van Dyke Show. Crazy people marrying people they don't know.
Marrying someone you've never met.
Gilligan's Island.
Perfect match.
Perfect match. Oh my God, reality shows are painful.
You like Jersey Shore. It's the
Jersey
same
Shore is a
thing.
guilty
It
pleasure.
Is the same thing.
Yeah, but
It
at
is
least
the
I
same.
refer to it as a guilty pleasure because I know it's bad.
I know they're bad. It is a guilty pleasure. And plus, your favorite character, number 348.
432.
432.
Easy to remember because he was like, my number's
Yeah.
432 and
Yeah.
I'm the one.
Yeah.
Which is the best line in any game
He's
show
like, I'm the
ever.
one.
432, I'm the one.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
He's the only guy they pull from the Squid Games challenge.
And to be fair, on Squid Game, it wasn't his talent that lost. It was his shitty teammates that lost.
Oh yeah, because they were on battle.
They were playing Battleship, so he had no control
it wasn't
over
his
it.
fault.
He could have won that game.
Yeah.
He was a better player than everybody
He
else.
could have. He could have
Because
gone far.
432, he was the one.
432. He was the one. Oh my god, that is brilliant.
The level of arrogance is just so charming.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So the last thing I have in my little notebook, this lady was talking about shopping carts.
Oh, shopping carts. I think I saw that.
Yeah. So my philosophy is that if you don't put your shopping carts away, you're one of the shittiest human beings who have ever lived on the planet.
And I agree.
She made a video talking about how she's tired of the negativity towards people who don't put their shopping carts away because she has kids and she can't leave her kids alone in the car. First of all, who's telling you to leave your kids alone in the car?
Yeah.
Take them with you to put the shopping cart away. Like, what that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I safety, and people are judging me for protecting my kids. And it's like, you took this into a weird thing. But I will judge you for teaching your kids to have no regard for other people.
Exactly. I saw that and it made me so angry. I was like, what do you mean? Why are you going to leave your kids in the car? Take them with you. Show them this is the right thing to do.
Yeah,
You don't leave.
her defense is
That was
ludicrous.
stupid.
Because it's like, no one is saying leave your kids alone in a car.
No one is
That's
saying,
not the argument.
Yeah, she's like, I fear for my safety if I have to return my shopping cart. But what about going to an actual store, walk into the store? Do you not fear for your safety?
But
then?
also, yeah, that's valid. But also, I always manage to park next to a shopping cart bin.
Same, me too.
Like, so what are you talking about? That's
Yeah.
your fault for bad
They're
planning.
not that far.
Yeah, literally, I'll park and I'm like, is that one
Yeah.
closer or is that one
Yeah,
closer?
they have several on each side. You have to be the laziest person to not return your shopping
Well, that's
cart.
all it is. It's
Yeah.
it's a lack of consideration for your fellow man. Like,
Exactly.
do you not? What do you think happens when you leave the shopping cart there? It rolls.
Yeah.
So you're basically damaging other people's cars because you can't be bothered
Or blocking a parking spot.
or blocking a parking spot. There's this other video I saw which was so brilliant. I was like, I would love to do that. They attached electronics to a shopping cart so that they could be mocha controlled. So they would wait until people did their shopping, unpack the car, and then if they just kind of rolled their car to put it up, they would then move the car and block them in their car. And the people would get so flustered and they would just keep doing it. And then people are like, what the hell's going on? How's
my
the cart
gosh.
moving on its own? And I'm like, that is brilliant. I actually think what we should do is we should put cameras up outside of places and it should match the license plate number of anyone who doesn't put the shopping cart away.
Yeah.
And then they should all be put into concentration camps.
I was gonna say find them, but yeah.
No, concentrate work camps. Look, if we have this, we live in a country where we make prisoners fight fires and do all kinds of unsafe thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair for like hardly any pay. I don't think that's fair. But if you tell me that we were going to make the people who don't put shopping carts away do the same thing, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
We should. These people, like, Russia used to send people to Siberia for hard labor. These people should be forced to do hard labor. Your whole life should be revoked if you don't. If I had superpowers, like if I was like Doctor Strange and I had magic, I would put a curse on people who didn't put the shopping carts away, so that every time they park their car, it would get hit by 10 shopping carts. Every time they park their car. Everywhere they go. They could be parked in the garage. The shopping carts would come and hit their car for the rest of their life.
Yeah. I agree.
Because it's 3 seconds out of your day to not cause problems. So concentration camps.
Yeah.
Or executions. One or the other. I don't believe in capital punishment, but I will make an exception. Not for murderers, but for people who don't put their shopping carts away.
Because it is the most annoying thing ever to
It
see
is.
people just leave their cart in the middle of the road when there's 2 different spots, like not even that far.
So,
But they're like, oh no, I fear for my safety.
I believe it was the Philippines. I don't know if it's the current president or the past president was doing a war on drugs. So he was like, if you suspect your neighbor of doing drugs, you can kill them, which was a weird policy. I'm hoping they've overturned that now. I think we should institute where if you see someone not return their shopping cart, you could take them out.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they deserve to be. That's so
Just take
dark.
them out.
It's so dark.
Oh my gosh.
No, fine. Obviously, fining. Fining
No,
is what
I
it
agree.
should
Take
be.
him out. Take him out. You don't want to return your shopping cart. You don't deserve to live.
There needs to be punishments.
Yeah.
For
We do. We need more punishments.
it.
Yeah.
Got into I think me and Ashley were going to talk about like if someone steals the old school thing of you cut off their head, and I'm like, that's so cruel.
Oh yeah,
you don't
they
need to do that.
I don't know if they still do that in some parts of the world.
That's insane.
They cut off your hand for stealing.
I was arguing about like people have to have a chance to redeem themselves. You can't just mutilate them unless shopping carts.
Yeah, shopping carts. If you don't put them back, you deserve to have your hands cut off. So you don't. Have to do
I
it
think
again.
you should be banned from ever using grocery stores again.
Yeah.
Like you have to start hunting and gathering.
Yeah. You have to start hunting and gathering.
And I hate people go, well, that's people's jobs to go get it back. Why are you such a shitty person?
Yeah. There's people's jobs to get them when they're in the right spot.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to be hunting for them.
No, they shouldn't. And also, you're gonna damage people's cars.
Yeah, and you're blocking parking spots. People need those parking spots.
Yeah. I found that to be such an annoying, entitled viewpoint.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was so offended, like people were coming at her.
She was like, I have kids, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, who cares? Take your kids.
So many comments were like, I have kids. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
It's like now she's showing her kids that you can do this wrong thing and get away with it.
Yeah. And it's like, why do you think the world is such a shitty place? Because of bad parents like you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think someone who is doing such a poor job of teaching their kids how to be a member of society, because newsflash, you don't live in a bubble. You live in a society. You have to
Yeah.
interact with people.
Exactly.
And if you're doing such a piss poor job of teaching your kids what it means to coexist with other people, you should probably have your kids taken away from you.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not doing society any favors. Your kids are going to grow up to be narcissists.
Yeah. They're going to be like, oh, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Rules aren't for me.
And it's like no one's going to want to deal with your children
Nah.
when they become adults.
Put them in concentration camps. That was dark.
That was dark.
I'm sorry.
Not the kids, the parents.
Yeah,
Don't put the kids in concentration camp. My lord!
The parents, not the kids. When the kids grow up, if they turn out to be like that, then you put them in concentration camps.
Oh my god. I read this thing a long time that said that putting the shopping carts away is a test to see if what kind of human being you are, because there's no reward for doing it and there's no punishment or even really shame for not doing it. So it really is just a measure of when no one's watching and no one cares.
Yeah.
Do you do something that positively benefits other people, or do you do something that potentially harms other people? And it's the most simplest form to judge what kind of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that. I think the other one is picking up after your dog.
Oh, yes. So many people don't pick up after their dogs. Ugh.
Yeah, I never did it, but I had a neighbor who would always let their dog in close to my porch. Now we have the dog park, so most of it's in there. But I was just like, one of these days, I'm just going to get like a Ziploc bag. I'm going to pick up the dog
Pick up their
poop
dog.
and then just put it on their porch.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. If you see someone leaving poop on your yard, pick it up, find out where they live, and just put it right there.
Put it on their porch.
Yeah.
And that is a crime. Like the shopping cart thing is just common decency.
Yeah.
But not picking up of your dog is actually a crime. You can get fined for that.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think it's like
Oh.
$500. It is actually a fine.
Wow.
It is. You're committing crimes. Because if you're not going to be responsible enough to clean up after your animal, you shouldn't have an animal.
Yeah. I agree.
This episode is just us airing grievances about people.
Huh?
it's just us airing grievances
I
about
know.
people. What else do we not like about people?
I don't know. I think the shopping cart.
Texas drivers. No.
Oh, yeah. Texas drivers are the worst.
Why do you need to speed up? I'm going right here and I try to get over, so you speed up so I can't get over, and then as soon as you get past me, you get over. What was the purpose of that? While I was getting over, you could have gotten over. Why do you have to be in front of me to get over? What purpose does that serve?
I don't know.
Or the people who will match your speed so you can't get over. If you speed up, they speed up. You slow down, they slow down. Why do you not want me to get over? Why do you need that whole lane for yourself? If I slow down and you speed up, you're in front of me.
Why is there traffic? Why? The whole point is to drive forward. Why are we stopping?
Why
and
is
going?
30 the only freeway where if there's a single accident, it shuts down the entire
Yeah,
freeway?
why?
20, any other freeway, there's an accident, it shuts
That's
down a lane or
always
two.
30.
But 30, it's like everything is shut down. And you're just parked. You're like, I guess I live here now.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just a parking lot.
People who don't live in the Metroplex, why?
Oh, man.
What are the grievances doing? I don't know why it's just grievances.
Oh, man.
Oh, dear
I
Lord.
just think we need to get rid of traffic.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you get rid of traffic?
People need to drive. Stop looking at car accidents. Just drive.
I think the only way to really get rid of traffic is to redesign our cities.
Yeah.
We need things not to be so far.
I mean, everything's gonna be far.
No, you build your cities like Europe, where everything's walking distance. You make cities smaller and more condensed.
Okay.
America, outside of like New York area, stuff like that, everything was built for roads.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's designed to travel.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to walk to your job. I mean, I
Yeah.
can, but I live in my
Yeah,
office.
I agree. You should be able to walk to your job.
So we need to stop designing everything for roads.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If at the very least you should be able to take a bike to work.
Yeah.
Although in
true.
Texas weather, I don't know if
No,
that's
I am
viable.
Texas, but at least like not drive so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this in public transportation? Why is Arlington, Texas, the largest city in the United States that has no public transportation?
Yeah, it's really
And if I live in Fort Worth and I want to go to Irving, why can't I take the bus to get to Irving? Why?
you can't.
There's Fort Worth has a bus system, Irving has a bus system, but Arlington in the middle doesn't.
I think you have to switch buses, right?
But there's no bus system in the giant city in the middle.
Shit.
So Fort Worth buses will only take me so far.
Yeah,
and there's
I
no
remember
way.
when I was working in Dallas, I had to switch buses. I had to get off, or did I have to take a train? I don't remember. I think I had to take a train.
Well, a train, you probably had to take a train, but even if you
Yeah.
did take a bus, Dallas and
Yeah.
Irving both have bus systems. So
Yeah,
there could
they
be a
did.
spot where
'Cause I
Irving trains
remember
go
I
and
had
Dallas
to
trains go.
stop at one point and take another bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I lived in San Diego, routinely, when we didn't have a car,
Uh-huh.
you would take buses, and eventually you would end up at the bus depot, and then you would get on another bus and go to
Yeah.
another. There's things like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
But when you have whole cities that don't have bus systems,
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. I've come to the conclusion that America hates poor people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's shameful.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. But I have run out of things to complain about. Do you have anything to?
No. Just the traffic. That's it.
All right. Well, give us less friends and give us legends.
Oh no, give us more friends.